Dragon Age Part 2 again. This is Part 2. If you don't know what's fuck's going on, watch Part 1. It's the only video with this on the channel. So that's why I'm doing it again so quick. Okay, we'll continue. No, they didn't blow up this time. You did blow up. Okay, report to Haven's Chantry. Before I do that, I'm gonna check everything out. Before I got me wrong one. Back looks nice. Hand recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an app directly with herbs to gather the wilderness of great potions, so on and so on.
Segret told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segret he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon. Let me know if you need anything.
Grenades? I can make fucking grenades? Well, I can't make any more potions, so... Oh, I need to talk to this guy.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making us wear, though. So, you're welcome.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the wound.
Okay.
Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
Dunzo.
The chosen of Andraste. A blessed hero sent to save us all.
Sounds dashing.
I didn't ask for this, but someone has to find a way to seal the breach.
Spoken nobly indeed. You think I'm mocking you? This age has made people cynical. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
A smart and happy hero, unstoppable, a good one.
The kind who makes the world a better place.
It isn't always that easy, but I wish you luck. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
I have power. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwetter? Bedwetter, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwetter cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use of a contraption referred to as the Maiden. The Maiden was a high iron casket as high and wide and deep as a man with vicious spikes within, meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it. Bedwetter's Maiden was a prized possession and stood in a place of honor in his throne room. Often with a screaming victim inside it, political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the Maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offences. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and his people prayed for the deliverance from the cooking. Then one day a strange woman rode into the sea. She called herself Ember, and was an emissary from a far land of her leaders had heard. She said of Bedwetter's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of the brother kings across the sea made Bedwetter smile with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dinned and danced, and through it all Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwetter all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden and sighed with disappointment and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwetter grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." "But it's too small. Are only children and women and its victims?" Bedwetter grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed and saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to the Ember. "I'll show you how a man could easily fit," he said, and with that he stepped into the device because he's a fucking moron. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwetter squeezed himself into the iron castle than Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden with the screaming Bedwetter inside through the castle and down to the sea, and the people finally finished from the king's cheered and danced, the singing that echoed through the streets until Bedwetter was dead, and it finally stopped. Tale often told in the singing Maiden time.
Forgive us. We have
Jesus Christ. So, death. That's what happened. Sack. What's that in a sack? Varric.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky, that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Or me. Something like that.
No, my lady, I don't know where the other nobles are. I suggest you ask Ambassador de Montier. Oh, you're her. Thrin, Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site, maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
One logging stone out of 5 iron.
Thanks for checking anyway. Can I help you with something?
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
So I have to get these Inquisition weapons done. That's this one. Any others? Journal. Haven's best for even these darn times. Somehow to find a spot of Haven and meet some Inquisition crafting masters. So I had to speak with the blacksmith. Mixing potions, visit a posting mobilization. Passing notes, find Tegan's notes, and find the iron logging stand. Okay. I gotta find the smith first. He's over there. I got shit for him.
We'll need some of your love,
You got me one as well. Okay. No. What's that? If you can get me one. So I thought Miles gave me one.
Master Harry said we weren't to sell Inquisition plates.
What Harry doesn't know won't hurt him. Ah, you're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segret, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done. Hopefully, we'll still do.
Thank you for your kind words.
Easily given. Our fate is quite literally in
I've
your
already had
hands,
cereal.
from what I
I don't
hear.
care about breakfast.
Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Nope. Around here. Let's get this bird down here.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentecost might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Death in the Hinterlands. Back in Annisburg, my uncle was 5th Praetor.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are.
How's the new gear fit?
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
Of course.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. You should have what you want just outside.
Goodbye.
Right. Right.
I'll do all this shit later. I'm gonna go with Wow. Okay.
Still got demons pouring out of the rift.
What's this? Side quest, maybe? Be bothered to read that. I've done enough reading today. It's got a lot of shit. New weapon. Great Sword of the Dragon. That looks terrifying. That even looks terrifyinger. I'm gonna stick with the Great Sword of the Dragon. Put this armor on. This is better. I'll wear this, but it's worse.
You're worried about the rifts. I understand that.
Do all the side quests later, but right now I should report to the Haven's Chantry for adventure. I don't look like I'm wearing actual armor.
Does it trouble you?
It's stopped spreading, and it doesn't hurt.
We take our victories where we can.
Yay.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
What harm could there be in powering up something we barely understand?
Hold on to that sense of humor. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleasure.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you the Herald of Andraste, and that frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our
The
options.
heretics, you say.
Approaching
I
the
only
mages
fight
or
heretics.
for help is currently out of the question.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them. There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
Why?
In the meantime, let's think of other options.
I woke up with no
I
memory
won't leave this
whatsoever.
all to the Herald.
It allows you to apply. The war table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlus and Felderlin. Mother Giselle is in the hinterlands, which can be found on the Ferelden side of the table. I'm guessing that's a breach.
There's nothing to do with fairness. We simply can't accommodate them if they bring that many servants.
I will speak to the Duchess. She can be reasoned with, after a fashion.
I'm choosing him. I'm hoping they're on my side. Well, that was helpful. We avoided the fight as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we'd feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves, and it appears that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother as well, and we're trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That will be hard to do without troops to push the Apostles and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dennett. Yada. Commander Cullen asked, yeah. with Master Dennett, and retired horse master of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Lead Scout Harding. New area unlock. Accept report. Adventure forth! Party selection. Varric. Of course, I'm gonna have my three musketeers with me. The dwarf, the human, and the elf. They all sat up on the shelf. Walked on it with my greatsword, cut them all up, and now they're all dead. To enter the research at the stronghold with the collectibles that drop from enemies once fade rifts. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse jumped over the clock. Now please, for the love of God, just fucking load up. So how's everyone's day?
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's an honor to meet you, my lady.
Hi.
Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire.
You're a dwarf.
We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Hey, my sword's on fire. Speak with Dennett and hear the threat at the crossroads. Listen here, man. This is one of the symptoms will make great. The goat. Get the fuck back here, goat. Clear the threat at the crossroads, you say. I genuinely don't know if I'm going the right way, but there's a side quest in here. Or something. Letter and empty home. Bruthus, I know you escaped with the other mages, and I know you'll come here. Father told you that if you ever stayed, he'd put you down himself. If you're here, you know he's dead, but I'm not. I'll be killing the apostates and waiting for you at Old Phoenix Place to the north. I've got Father's sword and my true brothers in the Templars. Come if you're man enough, Yvain.
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
Oh shit. Pointed dagger, get an adventure! Okay, now this place is cleared. Keep going down.
Mother Giselle should be somewhere nearby.
That's where we're going. Huh. Oh, dead guys.
Inquisition forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
My sword's on fire.
Hold. We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker. We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Murder him.
Make it take you.
Be ready. More coming our way.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because I haven't done anything with the fucking skills. Attributes. I don't have any attributes this fucking state. Behaviors. Right, and they should fight, cooperate, and defend themselves.
It's done.
I just murdered so many of them. Wakanda forever.
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't let them touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
But...
Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to appeal to them?
If I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. The power is the unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Thank you. Can I have a better weapon? Because Jesus Christ. Yeah, this one's better.
Right, Alex, come in.
Never mind.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
My hat looks amazing.
No, they don't. It's just what I heard.
Sure. I'll ask around again tomorrow.
Well, let me know if you find one.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Hey, Mr. Vale.
You're with the Inquisition. Corporal Vale, thanks for your help. The Mages and Templars don't seem to care who gets caught in their war. The refugees here are in dire need of help. If the war doesn't kill them, cold or starvation will.
What can you tell me about the man who's supposed to be getting horses for the Inquisition?
Horsemaster Dennett. He lives on a farm to the west. Tough old fella. We haven't heard from him. Best we can tell, he's holed up until the Mages and Templars are done killing each other.
What other problems do these refugees face?
We've got some injuries that go beyond stitches and elf fruit. I know healers are in short supply, but if you can find someone in Redcliffe to help us, it would save a lot of lives.
You were concerned about refugees starving.
Yes. Many of them brought food, but they expected to be home by now, or safe in a city. There's a hunter up the hill who had some ideas.
Is there anything we can do to help people deal with the cold?
I asked the Inquisition to send blankets. You'd think I was asking for a wagon of raw Lyrian. A recruit named Whittle is trying to make what we can bring in last. If you have any ideas, talk to him across the road.
Okay. Tell me the mages.
What can you tell me about the rebel mages?
The real rebels are up north in Redcliffe, dug in and taking care of their own. The ones out here are just apostates, locked up in the circles all these years, and now they've gone mad with power. The rebels in Redcliffe have washed their hands of them. I wish we could do the same.
What can you tell me about the Templars?
All the Templars were called the Val Royaux not long ago. These bastards ignored the order.
Now they're killing rebel mages, along with any refugees they think are mage sympathizers. Every Templar I've ever known has wanted to protect the common folk. These men defile their order's good name.
Farewell.
And you as well.
Stabilize the area, sealing fade rifts, expand the reach of the Inquisition by setting up new camps and complete the quests to gain the power. Yeah. Let's check the map. I don't have a map. Oh, there we go. Blood Brothers, Temple has left a note for his positive power challenge you to fight. Let's go to this one. Let's see what's happening. I'll do all the quests here. The hunter. I'll deal with the shit I have first, then I'll talk to the hunter and everything. If I go up here to the elf route. Yeah, nope. Oh wait. I have the best hat in the world. Yeah, we're going to interfere on family affairs. Let's go. Yay. Shield guy. Let's go then. Haha.
Since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Well, let's continue our adventure. Go! I can't accidentally use my... When the compass post is staying, search.
Must be something.
A Templar, I believe.
Here, let me try.
Cool. Templar Corn, the current hostiles, I believe our arrangement no longer satisfactory. You are not able to reach me. I have no means of delivering the merchant as to you. I hope that when this unfortunate situation is over, we may once again do business, Tanner. It's going sad. Just inventory. Fuck. We did this mission. Let's go establish that camp over here. How do we get up there, you ask? Extreme skill. Fine, we'll go around.
Bandits ahead!
Cool. Fucking die.
According to my research, the ancient elves may have set up walls near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
Wool. Seems like a perfect place to set up camp.
They are retreating. We must pursue.
Well, that seems like a very fitting place to end it. I'll see all you guys later. Hope you have all a nice day, and I hope you don't go back to the shit channel on the internet. Goodbye.